I want you to beware of reasons why you want to contact your ex. So I'm going to go over 3 reasons why the dumb P wants to reach out. And if you hang around, you stick around long enough, I will throw in 3 bonus reasons why your ex might want to contact you. So stick with me, take a walk with me during this video, and let's get into it. But before I do that, welcome back to The Love Fix. It's Nick, doing my best to get you through your breakups as easily and as healthily as possible. If you need my help, if you want to work with me on your breakup situation to get you through this horrible time, you can email me at thelovefix20@gmail.com. The email's in the description below. We will set it up, talk it out, listen, validate, get you back on the path, find a solution for you, and we'll get you through this horrible time. If that's not enough for you, come and join the wonderful Facebook group. Just go to Facebook and type in the Love Fix Breakup Recovery. Okay, let's get into 3 reasons why you want to contact your ex and 3 reasons why they may want to contact you. Reason 1 you might want to reach out to your ex right now is that you have some kind of addiction or withdrawal symptoms for them, causing anxiety, which is perfectly normal. Your limbic brain, your lizard brain, your feeding brain still wants the relationship and still thinks the relationship is real and it's reaching out to where it last felt safe. But they are no longer there. That dopamine delivery system is gone and you're getting a withdrawal from that. So you obsess day and night thinking about ways to contact them, coming up with convoluted reasons and methods of how can you reach out. Oh, can I ask, how's the dog? How's the cat? Did I leave my t-shirt there? I saw your favorite program on Netflix and I just wanted to let you know. Can I reach out in all these different kind of ways? So your brain, your withdrawal brain is doing these mental gymnastics to find a way back to your ex. And guys, look, I don't want you to beat yourself up about this. It's a normal response. Your lizard brain wants to go back to where it last felt safe. That's okay, but you must be aware of this. That if it is this, for lack of a better term, this addiction, this withdrawal you're going through, anything that you've had for an extended period of time in your life, could be anything, and it's all of a sudden taken away, you will get some kind of withdrawal from it because we become used to it. You know, let's say you love eating chocolate and I say, okay, look, I don't want you to eat chocolate for 6 weeks. Okay, you can live without it, but you probably will get some kind of withdrawal. Your lizard brain is going to say, right, okay, yeah, I want chocolate, I'm hungry, I get chocolate, we like chocolate. Yeah, so always remember, and I've said this before and I've read this from the book Atomic Habits, it's not the thing that we want, it's the anticipation of it. It's how we think it will make us feel. So that's why you have that kind of urge, that kind of craving to reach out to your ex. Reason number 2, it's a special occasion coming up. Birthdays, Christmas, Thanksgiving if you're in America, and whatever holiday that you celebrate. Because you probably spent a significant amount of these public holidays, these religious festivals with your ex, and now once again your brain is making this emotional connection, this association that you had a great time with them on Christmas, you were with them at their family's place, they were with you at your family's place, or you spent a wonderful day by yourself with that person. So you're making all of these connections that are no longer there, and your brain, your emotions, your heart expects it to be there, and you want to reach out, and you think reaching out is going to maybe facilitate some kind of reaction out of them. Now, I hear a lot of people say to me, or ask me rather, can I say happy birthday to them? I typically recommend not, because most people's intentions when it comes to saying happy birthday isn't to say happy birthday, it's to get a reaction, it's to initiate contact, it's to get them to talk to you, so maybe you can out-logic how they feel. Now, there is a caveat to that. If your intentions are pure and you just want to wish them a happy birthday, there's no attachment to an outcome, and this won't affect your healing and it won't affect your progress and it won't affect your mental health, then okay, maybe, yes, you can wish them a happy birthday or happy Hanukkah or Merry Christmas. But for most of you, this will set you back because maybe you get left on unread. Maybe they do reach out and a conversation starts and they still don't want it to go anywhere. So there's a lot of potential pitfalls there, but I get it. The urge is real, it's strong, especially around these special times. And you're going to associate happiness with those memories. But to quote the book Wisdom of Insecurity, memories are the corpse of experience. So rather than focusing on the memory of that event, focus on the experience of it, and what did you gain from it? Okay, it was a good experience. It doesn't mean you can't have that experience with someone else or even just hanging out with your family or being with you. Reason 3, you still want their validation because they're the dumper. And when we get dumped, we automatically put the dumper on a pedestal. We think, okay, well, they've dumped me. They have all the power because I'm worthless. They don't want me so my worth is lower than theirs. My identity was attached to theirs. Now I have no identity. No, my friends, that's not the case. You don't need their validation. You want their validation. You don't need it. You can get validation from yourself. And in fact, you should be getting 80% of your own validation by investing in your self-worth, by doing the work, by leveling up, by getting out there and doing things with new people. I don't necessarily mean dating, but you can get out there and expand your life in many ways. And you don't have to tie your identity to one person. To quote Esther Perel, we employ one person to be an entire village for us. And you can't do that. So get out there and create the village that you need, those village of people around you. And you can get the last 20% of the validation from them and give 80% to yourself. Take your ex down from the pedestal. That's all well and good, but I guess most of you really want to hear this next part. Why might your ex be reaching out to you? And this is a loaded question. I always urge on the side of it means nothing unless they want to reconcile. But to validate you and to try and give you some answers, I will go over what I consider to be 3 reasons that come up regularly in the one-to-one coaching sessions why an ex reaches out to them. So, number 1, they just want to see that you're okay. Because guys, dumpers go through it as well. They go through a hard time. They've had a massive build-up. They've gone through a series of events to dump you. And the last event was the dumping. And whatever happened, maybe it was an ugly breakup, even if it was amicable, they're still going to care for you. Most dumpers do still care for you. They may not want you romantically, but they don't want you to be in pain. And they don't want you to feel like you've just been pushed to one side without them giving it considerable thought, and they've come to the conclusion that a romantic partnership with you won't work. So they're just a lot of time just trying to be a human being about it. They're just trying to see, right, okay, is this person that I spent a lot of time with, used to romantically love, and maybe they still love you but not romantically, and they want to make sure that you're okay. I generally believe that most people are good. Okay, there are some dickhead exes out there and some of them may have fucked you over. Okay, don't worry about those ones. But the ones that are generally nice and they haven't rebounded, cheated or anything like that, they just want to know that you're okay. So reason 2 for the dumper is the same as reason 1 for the dumpee. They've got an addiction. Maybe it's taken longer for them to realize it, but they are human beings like everybody else. They go through the pain as well. They just go through it on a different timeline. And maybe their backup option failed. And maybe even if their backup option was just to be single life starts catching up with them. The money runs out. Their friends are not as available. Work sucks. They've got no one to vent off to. And their brain wants them to go back to where they last felt safe. They have similar responses. There's no escape in that. It's called being a human being. So they might be coming back for a bit of validation as well. And what a lot of dumpers will do, they will contact you, they will have, this 2-hour conversation with you. It's like, oh my God, it was so great. They get their validation and then they fuck off, never to be seen or heard from again. So you have to be wary of that reason. Maybe they are just trying to get validation from you because you've got no contact, you've said no to friends, which is the right thing to do. So they start thinking, okay, well, is there something wrong with me? How could they go no contact so easily? How could they not be my friend after all we've done with each other? So that's one thing to consider. Reason 3, they may want to reconcile. Now, you have to be very careful here, guys, because unless they say something along the lines of, hey, I really miss you, I still love you, I made a mistake and I want to work on this, I choose you, I choose our relationship. Anything less than that, I wouldn't put too much stock into the reach out, because they may be stubborn, they may be scared. That's a possibility. But it was their idea to leave, it must be their idea to come back. They have to lead this, because you've been away, you've been working on yourself, you've been doing the work, you've been going through the breakup pain. I'm not saying the dumper doesn't have pain, they do, they just go through a different type of pain on a different timeline. You've had to, as a dumpy, you've had to face that pain immediately. You've had to face it right there and then. To be fair, I mean, the dumper, typically they experience the pain before the breakup because they've realised it's not working and they've been agonising over it for quite some time, most of the time. So they've gone through that pain, they've had the relief, and now they're going through the pain again. So they generally may have made a mistake. That is a possibility. Maybe you guys weren't communicating correctly. Maybe you were listening to respond, not to understand. Maybe you become complacent, you become lazy, and they think, okay, well, maybe there is a second chance. And just maybe they realise it's worth investing in something that you've had for a year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years. Maybe that is the case. But you have to be very careful here, because a lot of people will do, as Craig Kenneth says, the indirect, direct approach. A lot of people will try and just get a bit of validation out of you and then they're gone and so on. So I don't want to repeat myself here, but it kind of gets repetitive. It kind of comes this self-perpetuating cycle of, feeling lonely, getting validation and leaving. Feeling lonely, getting validation, leaving. They will breadcrumb you, keep you as a backup option. So be very, very careful of that with the reach out. If they do reach out for a reconciliation, then they have to be intentional with that, and you have to be intentional with what you want as well. And that means being vulnerable, and it also means being prepared to be shut down again. But that's what you must do if a reconciliation is possible. Both of you must be extremely vulnerable, put your cards on the table, jump off the cliff and learn how to fly on the way down. Because I don't know where this quote comes from, but I've said it before and I've seen it around many, many times. Love is giving someone the power to destroy you and hope to fuck that they never use it. Now, I've probably butchered the quote, I can't remember who said it, but it's essentially true. It is giving someone the power to mess you up, and you're potentially letting this person back in and giving them that power again. So you best make sure that they're serious about this reconciliation if that's what they want. And now, look, I could go into another 50 reasons of why your ex may reach out and why you might want to reach out to your ex. But that's a story for another time. Right now, these are just 3 reasons for the dumpy and 3 reasons for the dumper, which I believe to be the most prominent and the ones that come up the most. So let me know what you think about that. Questions, comments, leave below, and let me know what you want me to talk about as well. If you've got ideas for videos, let me know and I will do my best to facilitate that. That's all I've got for today. As always, you're gonna be okay. I promise things will be fine, but get over them correctly, not quickly. You must sit with the pain and you must feel it to heal it. I'll see you on the other side.